Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Arts, Parks, Libraries, and Entertainment Committee meeting. This is our last meeting in 2025. It's Tuesday, December 16th, and we are starting just a little bit tardy at 5:26 p.m. I'm going to do a roll call really quick. Chairville, I'm here. Councilmember Bradford, Councilmember Cap.
Here.
Councilmember Eastlick.
Here.
Councilmember Ewing.
Yes.
Councilmember Gadd, happy birthday. Councilmember Gadd, Councilmember Lee, Councilmember Stiles, Councilmember Taylor, and Councilmember Welsh. Okay, thank you. All right. We have 6 agenda items we need to go through. I see an amendment. Do we want to take the rest on consent unless y'all have any questions? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Before we get into our business, we have public comment sign up pursuant to Council Rule 28, and I have Steve Ritter here to speak for 2 minutes on BL 2025-1118 in opposition. Mr. Ritter, give me 1 second so I can start the clock, and then you can begin so I can give you your full 2 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I want to read to you what the ordinance says. It says, an ordinance approving a license and lease agreement between Metropolitan Government, Nashville, Davidson County, and Powers Management for use of space. The key word is for use of space. That language is typically used for office space. This is an operation and maintenance contract. So this is legally deficient. This does not give adequate public notice to what is happening here. Use of space is a lease agreement, technically for office space. That's what it is. So if somebody goes down the road and wants to check to see what this is, and they do their search terms, they're not going to be able to find it, because they're going to say, wait a minute, this is for use of space. Where's the operating and maintenance contract? So it's legally deficient there. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Also, I attended the park board meeting, and there was Powers Management agreed to put forward a letter of commitment to some of the legacy groups and some of the other users of the facility. What was mentioned there at the park board meeting, that there wasn't enough time to go out there and put those provisions in a contract. And I found that a little bit surprising. To put something in a contract means they're legally obligated. A letter of commitment really doesn't mean much of anything. It's like, we'll do our best efforts, we'll try to do this, but if you really want to go out there and protect legacy groups and everybody else that wants to use that, that language has to be in the contract, and it's not. And so I'm asking you to defer this today to make sure the legacy groups and everybody else, so we're all on the same page. Because if we don't do this, then basically there's community groups that are out there that are going to say, hey, I thought we had an agreement, when you really don't have an agreement. So once again, the way this is written in the ordinance is legally insufficient. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. And bringing that up to Metro Legal, I don't think they're here to really comment on that, but that's a significant issue. Margaret Darby's here, so if she wants to comment on that. Sorry.
I'm actually looking for someone to make quorum in the other committee room.
I apologize to put you on the.
Okay, yeah, public comment has ended.
Well, could you just bring that to her, because I wanted to bring that to attention of somebody from Metro, so she could comment, because I think that's material.
Sammy has written it down.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, Margaret.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your comment and coming to our committee. Now we're going to get to the agenda that we have. I know that we have an amendment on second reading for BL 2025-1118. If there isn't any objection, are y'all okay with taking the rest on consent? If so, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, I'm going to read the resolutions and then the items that we have on second reading. So agenda number 1, RS 2025-1690, a resolution accepting a grant from the Tennessee State Library and Archives to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Nashville Public Library to provide funding for general library services and to provide materials to persons having difficulty using the library and to the underserved in the Nashville-Davidson County area. Number 2, RS 2025-1696, a resolution accepting an in-kind grant package from the Cumberland River Compact to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation to fund improvements to the restroom in the Quonset Hut in Shelby Park. Number 3, RS 2025-1697, a resolution accepting an in-kind grant package from the Friends of Beeman Park to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation to fund improvements to Beeman Park. Agenda item number 5, BL 2025-1157, an ordinance approving greenway conservation easement agreements between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County through the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation and Ingram Industries, Inc. for greenway improvements at 4400 Harding Pike. And agenda item number 6, BL 2025-1158, an ordinance approving a greenway conservation easement between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County through the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation and BMTN Owner LLC for greenway improvements at 4500 Harding Pike. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any not voting? Okay, the consent agenda passes 5 in favor, 0 against, 0 non-voting. And then now we'll go to bills on second reading. Agenda item number 4, BL 2025-1118, an ordinance approving a license and lease agreement between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County and Powers Management LLC for use of space located at 222 25th Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee 37203. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. You have any discussion?
Good. I would like to move an amendment, please.
Okay, can I get a motion? Okay, and a second? All right, great. Any discussion regarding the amendment on the bill?
Yes. So this amendment is to protect the legacy owners, as legacy users of the space, as well as create an opportunity for these organizations to continue the same rate that they have as today until July 2027. And then also moving forward, there can't be no more than a 3% year-over-year increase for that. Also, it binds agreements that will be put in place with these legacy users with the proposed tenant or operations manager of the space to be able to continue the same access. Other pieces that they use, so for instance, there's groups that have banners or sell merchandise or other things, so they can continue to do that. Or in some cases, we don't allow it as a city, so they'll be able to add to that of what they're doing. So this also then includes an exhibit to the contract that then codifies the same language. It also codifies the information on public access and community use, continuing to make sure that Centennial Sportsplex is a community space and open skate, things of that nature continues to be used outside of what's happening from an organizational standpoint. And then continue to create opportunities for growing ice skating in the city of Nashville. So that's basically what this does. And then this exhibit codifies all this information in the contract, not necessarily just the just the legislation. The legislation is just really, to be quite honest, full of recitals explaining what we're doing to kind of get to the contract information. I think meat and potatoes of this is the contract and the exhibit in the contract. So I renew my motion.
Thank you, Councilmember Taylor. Are there any questions or discussion? Give me 1 second, let me make
Second.
sure. Okay, we have a motion and a second, thank you. Now we are discussing the amendment of the bill. Yes, as the bill as amended. Yes, okay, now, is there any questions or discussion? Yes, Councilmember Benedict, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair, especially since I'm not on this committee. Councilmember Taylor has done a phenomenal job with this, and I've been watching pretty closely because the Sportsplex is near and dear to me. And the Predators, I think, have done a great job putting together this proposal. I think they've been a great partner in this as Councilmember Taylor has worked on it. One thing that I came up with today that I've been working on in the past 24, 48 hours with the Predators is, and to Councilmember Taylor's amendment here, is about, protecting pricing for the public, right, for the users. And so one of the things that I've come up with is looking at what the current pricing is for use of the space for all the different groups that use it, as well as this public skate. And I will have a late file, or we'll figure out how to do it, but I was gonna have a late filed amendment tonight about it, but we'll put some language in the contract. The Predators support this, the administration supports this, Councilmember Taylor supports this, and it will allow the Parks Board to review annual price changes from the Predators. So that's something that has to take place in the contract. So there will be a revision of some sort, and I'll need to suspend the rules for third reading, but that's the gist of it. And I just wanted to give a preview today so that you know that that's coming. And again, I thank the Predators for their commitment to ensuring that there's transparency in that. They're making a significant investment for the building. At the same time, we want to make sure that, it's the people's house and that people are protected and receiving the best value that they can get. So that's coming next meeting. So thank you for allowing me to speak.
Oh, shoot, sorry. Okay, give us 1 second. We gotta vote on the amendment. Apologies. Thank you, Sammy. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any against? Any non-voting? Okay, then, sorry, the bill as amended is 5 in favor, 0 against, 0 non-voting. Okay, I think we're good now? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Councilmember Benedict. And so, I did have a question, but maybe you can answer it, Councilmember Taylor. Is the review, will it be annual for the pricing presented to the Parks Board, or is that a question for the Preds?
Yes, that's what the.
That's what I believe I haven't seen the amendment, but I believe the amendment will be an annual review from the Parks Board.
Okay, great.
That goes on the year-over-year increase, so. And from my understanding, the intent is that we don't go 3% every single year, because then that does the same thing that we're not trying to do. So.
Right. And maybe a question I do have too is, if the Parks Board does not agree with like the pricing changes, can we, I guess maybe let's make sure that's fleshed out.
Okay.
Based on like what happens if it's not voted or approved, what happens then? Because sometimes I think we review and then we're like, good idea, but then what is the actual accountability or follow through? Are there any other questions?
I do want to go back to Mr. Ritter's comments. We do have legal presence in the room. I don't know if you would like to speak to those comments.
I can't speak to them in great depth. I will say my understanding of it is that, not dissimilar from what you said, the contract is doing the bulk of the work. It is a use of space. There is a lease agreement as a part of this. Part of the payment of the lease is the operations and management.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. All right. Well, then now we need to vote on the bill as amended, because we were voting on the amendment earlier. Okay. So can I get a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor as the bill as amended?
Aye.
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 Okay. Any against? And any non-voting? Okay, so the bill as amended passes 5 in favor, 0 against, 0 non-voting. Okay, and we have finished our legislative work, and I just wanted to let you all know for just chair report and updates. So we are working with Free to Move. It's a nonprofit, and we'll be doing a greenways audit with them all next year. So we're pulling together the list of greenways, and then once we have those all scheduled out, I will share them with the committee for feedback, but we are looking to do an audit in partnership with other organizations as well in the community. So I'm very excited about that initiative that will happen next year, so we can have safer greenways for everyone. And if there's anything that you all want to see, please let the council office know, because I'm going to pull a schedule to have various departments come and give updates. And my goal is that halfway through, we're reviewing and hearing from them, and then the other half will be actual updates of what has changed or hasn't, so that we can know what's going on. Okay, and I know everyone, and last thing too, the library, you're probably wondering, when is the main library going to reopen? It is still looking like, late Q1 2026. We would love for it to be sooner, but as soon as I have a real date that's confirmed, I will let you all know. So thank you, everyone, for your patience, and I know we want the main library to be open ASAP. All right,
Thank
can I
you,
get a
Savannah.
motion? Yes, can I get a motion to dismiss? All right, second, thank you. We are adjourned at 5:41 p.m.